All right, welcome back. Now our GMC tweet of the night, and this has come from Le'Veon Bell. Jeff, I'm sure you saw this already, but I just can't believe he even put this out there. Disney, a long time ago, 1998, taught me a valuable lesson about sticking together. Go watch A Bug's Life, which I did. It'll put in perspective the running back market. The running back are the ants, and he's Flick, the inventive ant. I took all the damage from the grasshoppers, which are the owners. What is he talking about? He lives in a fantasy world. He didn't do anything. He basically cost himself $50 million. How did he change the game for running backs? They're not getting paid more. They're not getting deals. I mean, I don't get this tweet at all. It makes zero sense to me.
Yeah, he's rewriting history a little bit and calling himself a martyr now. Like, he was a guy who's tried to pave the way for these running backs when, to your point, all he did was turn it down 5 years, $70 million. I'm not saying you would have seen all of that and the Steelers would have kept him all 5 years, but in today's age, just to get a second contract and then to get a second contract like that, I get it. Like, the running backs are upset, but it's not like this is something new, Richie. We've seen this over the last 20 years where you see the game become more and more a passing league. Well, if that's going to happen, then the people that catch the ball are going to get more and more money, and those that run the ball, who represent the old way, are going to get less and less. And that's, I mean, it stinks for all those guys that work so hard, but it shouldn't be a shock to them, because if you look at the trend of the NFL, you had to know that running back salaries, if they were going to increase, was not going to be at the same level as receivers, tackles, quarterbacks, tight ends, anyone that is highly involved in the pass game.
Yeah, I mean, look, he signed a big deal with the Jets, and he made guaranteed, about $30 million, something around there. But he sat out a year, which cost him $15 million. And if he would have signed with the Steelers, think about it, 5 years, $70 million, he gets through at least 3, possibly 4, definitely 3. You're not going to cut him after 2 years, right? So he would have saw the majority of that contract, first of all. But second, he didn't do anything. Like, I don't know. I don't even understand the tweet. He didn't change the game for running backs. He just cost himself about $50 million.
But it's all in your mind. He's justifying to himself he didn't take that to try to help out all these other running backs, which he didn't do.
Yeah.
And to your point, he only cost us that money. Listen, I want to say this about let's be clear about Le'Veon. The team loved him. Like, he was tight with that team. You remember being in that room. That's why those guys were so ticked off when he did what he did and not signing that contract and holding out, because they thought, he was one of them. So it wasn't that he was a malcontent. He was not that at all. He just got some bad advice and made a horrible career decision.
Jeff, we got to go back out to the phone lines to our number one Cochran call tonight. We got Brad out in Hermitage. How you doing, Brad?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for calling.
My neck of the woods. What's up, Hermitage?
Cool. I had a question about the new pitcher, Steens. Why is he not going to come up this year? I don't see why you would learn anything more down in the minors when he's throwing 103 miles an hour. He ain't going to learn how to do 104 down there. And like you guys were just talking about, the season's almost lost. We got a bunch of people learning how to do stuff. He can learn so much more up here going against big leaguers than down in the minors.
I get what you're saying, but, I mean, I don't even know when he's going to be in the minors. Jeff, I was there today. They talk about sending him to Pirate City at some point. He's going to go down there and learn how to be a professional. It's a big transition. It's not that easy just to turn the switch and come up and go from college to the pros. I mean, he had a long college season. He pitched a lot. So now you're going to get him in place at Pirate City. He's going to make the transition from college to the pros. And then if you have time or if you can, you're going to send him somewhere, and maybe the fall league. And then by that time, he should be ready to go for next year.
Well, Brad, first off, go Blue Devils. Secondly, let me say this about Skeens. He's going to Florida, but that doesn't mean he's going to pitch for Bradenton. They just want to work him through all the meet the coaches. They want to take videos, say, okay, this is how you started your career, in case they need to do a video comparison if he has issues with his mechanics. They're going to go through all that. I think he will pitch in the higher level. I'd love to see him start in Double-A. The problem with having him pitch in the majors is you want to get him a little professional confidence, and I think that's why you start him in double. Maybe he pitches a couple games in triple, but 122 innings, and he's kind of been shut down here for about a month plus, and now you're going to ramp him back up. The last thing you want to do is in a meaningless game in September, because you want to see him in Pittsburgh, have him tax his arm. I mean, what do pitchers, you hope they go 200 innings?
Yeah.
Well, here's a young guy who's gone 122. Give him 3, 4, 5 starts maybe in the minors, control those number of pitches, see what he can do. And then if he excels there, I think he is absolutely in play for the start of the 2024 season to be on this Pirates roster.
Yeah, I'd love to see him get a start in Altoona. We got to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls coming up next. Stay right there.